Hello everyone, and welcome to this audio podcast synopsis. This audio podcast synopsis is part of the syndicate. This audio podcast is part of a Bostic syndicate. This audio podcast is part of a Storm saga and analysis. And this audio podcast is part of the series the as part of the series the Squallish, and this audio podcast as part of a Storm Lobostics production. Through this audio podcast series, there will be a look at a look at sort of overview of in and around important sort of healthcare aspects, and healthcare aspects aligned to sort of primary care healthcare sectors and secondary healthcare sectors, and in line to sort of works have been sort of collaborative with the organization, the RPSG. And in on the RPSG, by the way, if viewers and listeners do get a chance to check out the works in around the RPSG, there are various overviews in actual sort of presentation format in regard to some similar sort of focuses. So so in on this synopsis to highlight that the audio podcast series will look at sort of in and around electronic patient records, EPRs, a look at laboratory tests, biomarkers and investigations, a look at sort of in around the primary care healthcare sector, or aspects sort of specific or particular aspects in around the primary care healthcare sector, and then look at sort of aspects in around renal and lifestyle medicine, and then a look at sort of aspects in around renal and psychology sort of aspects, and then a look at renal and then pharmacy, and in around pharmacotherapeutics, and then a look at sort of surgery or surgical aspects, and particularly and specifically in around renal biopsies. So in this in again that in again that the sort of full sort of presentations in around these focuses are on through the RPSG, and there have been some works where the presentations are also on as part of Storm Lobostics Productions, but and however this audio podcast series will look at a snapshot, a sort of a snapshot in around these particular topics. So that closes this synopsis. That closes this synopsis. This audio podcast synopsis as part of the syndicate. This audio podcast is part of a Bostic syndicate. This audio podcast is part of a Storm saga and analysis, and this audio podcast as part of the Squallish, and this audio podcast synopsis as part of a Storm Lobostics production.